smaller stack size, so just limping. 9-10 min raising. Queen 3 isn't a great card for calling, and we need to keep that in mind even now that our opponent was min raising 2 out of 2 times. So right now I am thinking about adjusting in this hand. So if he min raises, it probably means he's min raising a lot. Okay, he just moved all in, so not a big deal. Queen 6 on 11 big blinds, I don't mind folding. So he min raises again. So right now I see that he min raises a lot. I'm gonna fold as I have bottom of my range, but if he goes with the min raise for a 4th time, I will extend my free bet shoving range against this opponent. So we can easily go for a free bet with king X's. We can go with a free bet with suited connectors like 7-8 for example. And this is interesting to adjust. As he was min raising so many times, I'm sure he would do the same with the top range. So putting a pressure and ISO shoving connectors is totally fine. Pretty wet board, we face the lead, I am folding. Still min raising as our opponent folded 2 out of 3 hands. And with the second pair, just going with the standard c-bet. 40 is totally fine. And another card which is not great for us, total okay, we're just going to the showdown. Jack hits his range as well, as he has some 10-8s, Jack 10s, Jack 7s, sorry, Jack 8s, King 10s, and so on. And he not necessarily had to raise Queen on the flop, so I'm just folding. With the very bottom, limping is okay, and also note that he was isolating before. So right now I see he isolates 2 out of 2. So I'm gonna fold the very bottom of my range next time he decides to when I be on the small blind, or try to min raise. So going with the cheap free bet sizing 135 as a standard. And obviously calling the jam. So looks like he was min raising top range or kind of top 50%, and he limp folded to my ISO shove I made with 7-8. Worth to know what strategy your opponent have played. Interesting scenario where button on 10 to 16 wasn't playing much. He folded 3 hands, so probably he's on the top range. Although small blind gives some dead money into the pot, so I think squeezing all with a lean is totally fine. With King 10, yep. Defending 9-4 and for sure calling c-bet, no matter the sizing is. And so the medium paired, and this is interesting. Whenever medium or low pair pairs, and we have a pair that is pretty low, we might just protect ourselves and go for a lead to not let your opponent check back the turn and realize his equity. If our opponent would have King Queen here, his outs are not only King Queen but also a Jack that could overpair us. We can't do much on Ace or 10 as well, we need to check, and this is a great opportunity to bluff. So if my pair is 5, 4, 3 or deuce and I decide to check call the flop, betting the turn to not let my opponent realize the equity by checking back is totally fine. Ace 9, that's interesting. This opponent is min raising a lot from the button, as you can see, 78%, and he's open shoving some. So I think with his very top of his range, he would just go with the min raise. So I am okay with calling. Okay, he decides to shove very top of his range. Obviously worth noting. I have some note from 2 years ago from him, 2.5. can note that 20 big blinds, open shove ace king button. I see I have some hands from previous games on this stake, so looks like he's a regular. So worth making these notes, because it's gonna be useful for future. Fold into c-bet, and against players who are min raising so much, we need to create a counter strategy, and against this min raise we can easily 3-bet shove all ace x's from the button, the big blind against the button, the same with suited kings, suited connectors, and something like that. We can, for sure we can add even more, like even off-suited connectors like 8-9, 7-6 off-suited, or suited gappers, or like Jack-5, Jack-6 suited. But for sure you need to have at least 10 hands sampled that he min raises 7 out of 10. Then we can go with white jam. And here on 6 big blinds, as I know he min raises a lot, we can still go for a defend, especially that 9-10 is a pretty nice card, and it has lots of great boards. So yeah, he's min raising 7-8 offsuit, so his total min raise range is very wide. Marina. So looks like he is a SmartSpin member. So against people who might isolate a lot from big blind, limping the top suited cards is totally fine, as probably they're gonna isolate a lot. And suited cards like Jack 8, King 9, this is gonna be pretty nice to go for a limp and call the isolation. So this was like pre-adjust that I might know that he is a regular, and I decided to limp Jack 8. And folding against the raise, pretty standard. Just playing straightforward. We don't have any info. He raised us on ace high. You might think that, oh, he's not representing much, but still he might easily do it with an ace, like he checked back ace 6, ace 5, ace 4. He might have good flush draw, 3-4, deuce 5. So easy. We can just go with the fold. Limp c-betting our second pair, and another card just giving up, as there are some gut shots like Jack 9, 9-10, Jack 10. Also Queen didn't have to raise the flop, so it's okay to just c-bet. Now we can just go to the showdown. On the left table we limp folded, so this is important info for future.